holiday it is coming up, but I gotta tell you, the natives, they are restless. Do me a favor, y'all, if y'all know better than me, because I'm sure you do. What holiday is this Monday? Because the natives, like I said, are restless. They're not playing out there this morning. Get this camera straight. Okay, we good right there. How y'all doing this morning? Whew. What's going on, Liberty and Justice? I see you, Mark Dorfman, in the building. Motherfunking Bone, Batty Lynn. Y'all ready to get it in? I know, because I am too. We got Mark Dorfman up in here. Who else we got up in here? We got Sam Champion. That used to be one of the newsmen for Channel 7. This is Storm 7 with Sam Champion. I remember that name. I remember that name. Who else we got up in the building this morning? Oh yeah, I got the bad eyes. We got Rebecca Lanyen Bueno. Okay, that's what's up. Okay, let me make sure I do that right. Our sister, Rebecca Lanyen Bueno, chiming in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. I think it's about time right now. I already know. I ain't even going to play around with it because I'm ready to go. They're ready to go. It's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 yo. Made it another day, ma. And what do? Wind it up. Ooh, 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 ooh. Wind it up. Ooh, 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 ooh. Wind it up. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's time to wind it up. Come on now. Hit them with the energy. I know you can do it. You can do it. It's Saturday, y'all. Y'all ready? I got a good one for y'all this morning. Let's go. Yeah. Olay. That's right, y'all. We got to get those pores open. And like I told you, we haven't been repping for the ladies that much. So I had to make sure that we rep for the ladies. But y'all know what we're doing right now, right? Opening up those pores with that tap, tap, tap. Opening up those pores with the tap, tap, tap. That's right. We open them up with those cold fingertips that we just inherited this morning, you guys. And then down, 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 down. Down, 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 diggity. I like to bag it up. I like the way she work it. No diggity. I got the bag. What? I like the way she work it. No diggity, 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 diggity. Woo! Y'all ready? Surely get down, good Lord. Baby got 'em bumping all over town. Strictly bitch, she don't play around. She cover much ground. She got games by the pound. Getting paid is a forte, each and every way. True play away. I can't get her out of my mind. Wow, think about it all the time. No waste. I like the way you work it. No diggity. I got to bag it up. Saturday morning, y'all. Y'all know why I'm open, right? Because if pump that beat. It's Saturday, October 11th. That's right, y'all. 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. And that what we be talking about, this and that and that and this and this and that just got me lit and on point. And we dropped it. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. What y'all know about that? Surely get down, good Lord. That was my joint right there, boy. What y'all know about that Black Street right there? I know who know about it. I definitely know who know about it. I bet you Liberty and Justice know about that song right there. What about a Liberty? Who we got up in the building this morning? Because like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Welcome to the 360th episode of Our Bottom Line. That's right, baby. We made it. 360 episodes. We got 5 more days to call it a calendar year. Let's keep on going, y'all. What we got over here in the building that we got to pray for and say thank you, Lord, for making us wake up this morning. Because we don't just pray before we go to bed to say thank you for in hopes that we get up. We also pray that you did get us up the next morning as well, Lord. So we want to pray for Mother Funkin' Bone. We want to pray for liberty and justice. We want to pray for Batty Lynn in the building. Luigi, praying for my brother. Tiffany, how you doing this morning? That's Tiffany right there. Tiffany Melrose, how you doing? Wait. Tiffany. Okay, Tiffany, Miss Ho, how you doing? Okay. Casey up in the building, got to pray for you. Liberty and justice all the time. Batty Lynn, definitely got to pray for you. Angels amongst us. Definitely, you already know, got to pray for you. Rebecca Longuino, pray for you that you have a healthy bill of health and you're feeling great right now. You're feeling really good. Want to make sure everybody had that good Saturday morning, Lord. And thank you for being who you are, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, no one higher. And we say that in Jesus' name today. Amen. Thank you, guys. Let's get it in. Hey, I be having problems sometimes. And then I say, you know what I'm going to do? Just gonna pray. And then the next thing you know, woosah. Even if the problem persists, I know that God exists and I can keep on moving forward. To all the haters, how y'all doing this morning? What's up, trolls? Let's get it in. Y'all know how I do it, right? I always say the same thing. I got a fully loaded clip, and is it fully loaded? Whoever leaves this show today is gonna lose information and they're gonna feel pretty crazy. I'm talking about from the beginning to the end. I'm talking about, oh yeah, how many licks does it take to get to the end of a Tootsie Roll Pop? Try to bite it before it get to the end. You get to the center, but you don't get what you should have got during the process. So ride with me today, and we got a good show going on. I'm telling you, it's going down. Do your boy a favor if you're already here and you appreciate the show. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. Because like I said, fully loaded clip. And without any further ado, let's get into these titles. And you already know, I got 5 on it. I'm going to stack 5 videos, keep the topics going. You guys just got to stay on point. Let me know where you're chiming in from, and let me know what time it is. Let's keep on going, y'all. It's Saturday morning. Let's go. Damn you. It's time for Our Bottom Line. Let's go. Let's go. What do we have here in the topics this morning on our top for 360th episode of Our Bottom Line? We have Trump. Lawmakers clash over delayed vote on release of the Jeffrey Epstein files. It's getting close, you guys. We got one more signature necessary. We won't even be having to deal with this. What do you guys think? Yeah, one more signature necessary in order to to ask Congress, will they release the files? We got to keep on moving forward, you guys. What else we got coming up next? We got this escaped New Orleans inmate who waives his rights in an extradition hearing will now be extradited. You guys know this is the last of the 9 that got away from the Orleans escape back in, what was that, May? Well, he got locked up and they ain't letting him out. That's right, he waived his extradition, going back to Orleans from Atlanta, where he was in hiding. Got caught in the crawl space. Must have been pretty ratty and creepy staying down there. Last but not least, what do we have? We got the ceasefire agreement in Gaza takes effect immediately. You guys see how that big on the back down there right there? That's right, takes effect immediately. I really want to know what you guys, because you've been trying to get this information out for more than a month now plus. What do you guys think about this situation right here? Are you happy about this? Are you happy about the ceasefire agreement in Gaza as it takes effect immediately? Let's talk about it. It's happening. That's something that we can get to. It's time for Our Bottom Line. Let's get it, y'all. Co-host, stay on point. Trolls, do what you got to do, because we be snipering up in here. But we all can play the game. So let's go. Let's do what we got to do. All right, let's go, y'all. We're gonna open up the show today with the ceasefire agreement. Why wait? Gaza takes effect. Israel military says, let's go.
With Celebrations and relief in the Middle East with the Gaza ceasefire now in effect.
It's a rare moment for both Palestinians and Israelis to exhale.
And as ABC's Morgan Norwood reports, American troops will now head to the region to help monitor the troops.
This morning, the Israel-Hamas peace deal is official. The Israeli government has approved phase 1 of the ceasefire agreement aimed at ending the war.
We couldn't have achieved it without the extraordinary help of President Trump and his team.
As part of the agreement, Israel has begun pulling back its troops to an agreed-upon line in Gaza. Once that's complete, Hamas will have 72 hours to release the 20 living hostages and the remains of 28 others.
We secured the release of all of the remaining hostages, and they should be released on Monday or Tuesday.
In exchange, Israel will release more than 1,000 Palestinian prisoners. But there are questions about what happens after phase 1.
Can Hamas be disarmed? No one is going to send their troops or their administrators to Gaza if Hamas still has guns.
The president's 20-point plan has called for Hamas to disarm and for Gaza to be governed by an apolitical Palestinian committee overseen by an international board of peace with Trump as its chairman.
What guarantees Hamas disarms and that Israel doesn't resume bombing once the hostages
Well,
are
the first
released?
thing we're doing is getting our hostages back, okay? And that's what people wanted more than anything else. And after that, we'll see.
The U.S. is preparing to send 200 service members to Israel, tasked with monitoring the ceasefire and supporting humanitarian aid, security, and logistics. Officials stressing there will be no boots on the ground in Gaza. While key aspects of the deal remain unclear, news of these first steps has sparked celebrations across Gaza and Israel. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
Celebrations and
Fucking dope. Love to see stuff like that. Oh my God, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm a punk. I'm hard, but I'm still a punk. Let's keep on going forward. Washington. Trump takes questions from the press about about what's going on with that, as well as the regimes and the tariff threats. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know. I'm happy. I'm happy for real this morning, y'all. I'm happy about that right there.
Any country, no matter what country you're talking about, nobody's done numbers like that.
Happy about that.
Thank you all for being here. Do you want to have a couple of questions? Yeah, please.
Mr. President, one on this, if I could, and one on China, if I may. First on this, could you have brought these pharmaceutical companies to the table without that 100% tariff that you imposed?
No, it's not 100%. You're talking about China might be 100%.
I'm talking about the 100% you imposed on pharmaceuticals for that sector.
I would never have been able to bring him. Now, I'm not sure that Pascal would like to say, but behind the scenes he did say tariffs were a big reason he came here, and also the fact he loved Virginia. He liked this guy. He liked me. I think the November 5th election was a very important date. We had a good election, and that was important. But yeah, he's here. A lot of. I can speak for almost everybody that's here. Most of them are here because of tariffs. Because you have to understand, he has no tariffs. If you build in this country, there are no tariffs. So.
Let me ask you about China, if I could. Just want to confirm: have you canceled your meeting with President Xi? And
no, I haven't canceled, but I don't know that we're going to have it. But I'm going to be there regardless, so I would assume we might have it. But they hit the world with something that really is not anything that people are going to do, and it was shocking. I can tell you, Howard and I and Todd, we all Scott, we were all speaking about it before, and we said, where did that come from? It was just, that was out of the blue, right? Out of the blue, they came up with this whole import-export concept, and nobody knew anything about it. So.
If they roll back their export controls, the new announcement, would you roll back?
Look, we're going to have to see what happens. That's why I made it November 1st.
All right, we got a lot. Like I said, y'all, I can't even tell y'all how many. If y'all knew how many we normally did, y'all be like, how do we get through all of those titles? We got to keep on moving forward. But if you do appreciate the content that you're getting so far, go ahead and double tap that screen to get those likes up, because we got some information coming from Washington. Speaker Johnson sends Speaker Johnson sends a fiery message to the Democrats over the shutdown. What I'm doing right now is trying to make sure we get through all of our topics, everything that's majorly happened all through the week, month, that's current events right now. That's what we're doing right now up on our bottom line. We're going to bring it up as much as possible to date to everything that's going on now.
Former DNC Chair David Hogg, he heaped praise on Chuck Schumer as well. This is what Chuck Schumer was after. This is what he desires. the praise from the far left. David Hogg said, quote, "Give credit where credit's due. This is a big step up. A big step up. While you're delaying flights, while you're making people go through this pain." The co-founder of the far left group Indivisible said this yesterday publicly, quote, "Chuck Schumer hasn't surrendered yet. I call that progress." There's one inescapable fact. It's a glaring fact that everybody in America can see. Chuck Schumer is hurting real Americans for his own political survival. I'm going to say that again. Chuck Schumer is hurting real Americans for his own political survival. If you're a service member who's not getting a paycheck, it's because Chuck Schumer has to appease the Marxist. Cut and simple. It's plain and simple. Shame on you, Chuck. Every Senate Democrat who's going along with this, you lack the moral fortitude to do the right thing.
Yep. So let me get this straight. You're telling
Keep on moving forward, you guys. I guess that was enough for them. They said, you know what, you got enough out of that clip, Bugatti. You got a whole bunch of them going through the bottom, just like this one right here where General Keane actually says this is a huge question mark. Yeah, question mark. Are they going to pull out? Pause. I don't normally say that, but it was a pause moment. Are they going to stop the war? Is it actually going to happen? What's the alternatives? Let's check it out, y'all. Let's get into it.
We're starting with a Fox News alert. Israel beginning to withdraw military forces from parts of Gaza after Israel's cabinet approved the Trump-brokered peace deal with Hamas.
Yeah, I guess 24 hours to move out, and they were able to do it, but not all the way out of Gaza yet. Israeli troops pulling back to an agreed-upon line within 24 hours, remaining in control of 50% of the Gaza Strip.
So that's when the clock begins. Hamas will have 72 hours to release all 48 hostages, including both the living and the dead.
And in Gaza, thousands of Palestinians begin returning to the north as the ceasefire is taking hold.
So we are live. We have live team coverage with Peter Doocy at the White House on the president's plans to visit Israel and the negotiations that led to the historic agreement.
But we begin with Steve Harrigan with the very latest in Israel. Good morning.
Brian, certainly those live images coming out of Gaza show that this ceasefire is in effect and is working. People feeling it's safe enough, Palestinians to walk north, many of them heading back to their homes after being displaced by 2 years of warfare, making the walk north with the Mediterranean on their left. The withdrawal of Israeli forces has begun. It's to a predetermined line. Israeli forces will maintain control.
I don't know if you guys can see it from here, but those people weren't just walking. I saw this. You know, regular walking is this, just going somewhere. I saw them like, that whole crowd looked like it was like, boom, boom. Like they was walking to a beat. There was a vibe there. There was something going on in that walk. I'm telling you, I saw that. I'm saying that's what I saw in that walk right there.
Heading back to their homes after being displaced by 2 years of warfare, making the walk north with the Mediterranean on their left. The withdrawal of Israeli forces has begun. It's to a predetermined line. Israeli forces will maintain control of just over 50% of Gaza. Just a short time ago, we heard from the Prime Minister Netanyahu. He addressed the nation here. He said, in addition to giving up the hostages, Hamas is going to have to disarm. He said it's going to happen either the easy way or the hard way, implying that Israel will use force if necessary to make sure Hamas disarms. Finally, Israel has published a list of prisoners it's going to release from jail as a result of this deal. Some of those prisoners to be released carried out acts of terror that killed Israelis. Before this list was made public, Israeli officials notified family members, telling them that people who killed their family members may soon be released.
Whew, we got to keep on moving forward, man. I don't know about y'all, but this is one of the best days I'm having right now. I'm hoping, and I don't want to be on the seesaw of feelings because it's like really running me rampant right now. And I appreciate what you said about Kendra Walker when you said real men cry. I ain't even gonna lie, because stuff like this right now, I cannot help but be happy about that right there. Not even my people, not my race or whatever, but just to see the love and the energy of how happy they are, man, it does something to me. Turley actually speaks about Letitia James. Sherman's having relations. Sherman's having relations. Sherman's having relations. Hercules. I done told y'all already, if Eddie Murphy decides not to dress in the Mother Clump outfit, all he got to do is hire Letitia James. All she needs is the fat suit. She don't need nothing else. because she already looked like she want to say Sherman's having relations, Sherman's having relations, Sherman's having relations. Come on over here and see what Turley got to say about this nonsense.
Fox News contributor Jonathan Turley. Greg, kind of an irony here. She did claim on this form, according to prosecutors, that this place in Virginia was her primary residence while she's Attorney General.
She had relations.
Yeah, purely on the paperwork that she executed. It's a pretty serious case against her, Sean. You cannot claim an occupied residence, get a lower mortgage rate, and then rent it out. You're cheating the lender.
I understand he was in mid-conversation, but you know why I paused the video. Am I lying when I say Sherman's having relations? All right.
By lying, and James actually incriminated herself. Both her mortgage and her insurance documents said she occupied it, but on an IRS records form, she admitted it was purely a rental with zero personal occupancy. Well, it can't be both. That's illegal. Predictably, today she just whined that the law is being weaponized against her. Spare me the moral outrage. It was phony. She was the one who campaigned on the promise to get Trump, then conjured up that ludicrous case only to get slapped down by the appellate court in an epic embarrassment. I think here she's going to do exactly what James Comey is doing, claim selective, vindictive prosecution, try to get the case dismissed, avoid trial entirely. But, you know, under the law, the burden shifts to her to prove by clear evidence that the case has an unjustifiable motive. It is not a defense if the charges are justified, as I think they may be. She'll also claim, of course, it was a big misunderstanding, paperwork snafu, somebody else is to blame. But under her own stated standard in the Trump case, she declared that is never an excuse. So she's hoisted on her own petard, as Shakespeare would say in Hamlet.
You know,
hoisted on her own petard, as we got to keep on moving forward, because, you know, like I like to do, it ain't over. Thought y'all ain't like the beat. Party ain't over. You know, we had to act shifty, low down, gritty, and grimy. Shifty, low down, gritty, and grimy. I had to ask some questions to who? Shifty Adam Schiff about his homegirl. What's going on? You know, we got to get the information from the other side, too.
Thank you.
You know how we try to be fair over here.
Just a few comments in light of the charges against Letitia.
We have the 6th member of Onyx. Let's go.
James, because this is another dark day in the history of our democracy when another person on the president's enemies list is being prosecuted by a Justice Department that has been badgered into going after the president's enemies in this campaign of vindictive prosecution. All Americans should be concerned about this kind of raw abuse of the power of the Justice Department. I served for almost 6 years in the Justice Department. I venerate what that department once was, but to see it misused this way, to see the awesome power of that office misused this way, to so deliberately target the president's enemies, to the point where the president tweets to the Attorney General, I want you to go after these people. And in short order, they do. That is exceedingly dangerous to the country. But I can tell you this, those of us on the president's enemies list, and it is a long and growing list, will not be intimidated. We will not be deterred. We will do our jobs. We will
get your lawyers together, because he coming, and it is what it is. I'm going to put it like this. I say that on this show every day, all the time. HELL hockey sticks, when it come down to the morals of it, you shouldn't have been messing with them. Straight up and down. You go to the lion's cage, you poking him, you poking him, you poking him. Throw something at him. Every time he come out, you throw a rock at him. Then you go inside. Instead of giving him the food, you snatch it back. Okay. Then when he finally get a chance to eat, he start getting fat. He start thinking, yeah, now you got to deal with a healthy lion. People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Let's keep on moving forward, y'all. Just then, the DOJ just locked somebody up. And who was that? They locked up this man who took part in the M4H hire scheme. I can't say it, but they can. Let's keep on going, y'all. We're going to stack this deck. I got so much, it's not even funny. It's not even funny. I got too much. Wait a minute, let me make sure. No, let's go to this Comey indictment first, because the DOJ officially breaks the silence on James Comey indictment. Let's go on this a little bit.
So as unrest grips Chicago, FBI Director Kash Patel and Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche visited with officers who are facing increasing numbers of threats and attacks. The DOJ charging an alleged gang member in a murder-for-hire scheme, targeting the Border Patrol commander leading the Operation Midway Blitz.
Yeah.
Joining us now to discuss is Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. Deputy Attorney General, thanks so much for joining the program this morning.
Good morning. It's good to be here. Thanks.
So, tell us what's going on the ground. Are these murder-for-hire plots? Is this a one-off, or are you seeing this consistently right now at the Bureau?
It's consistent. It's not a one-off, and it's something that the reason why Director Patel and I were in Chicago yesterday was to address the leadership, that the federal law enforcement leadership that's doing everything they can on the ground to stop it.
So there is a bounty now on federal ICE workers as well as agents. Different prices depending on the rank. This fool right here was down with a bunch of people that was part of that was trying to use their cars to stop them from progressing, as well as one of them actually had a weapon on him. Good lockup, I say.
But we have organized efforts by domestic terrorists, and that's what they are, to do things like box in law enforcement's cars where they can't even move. And as we know from arrests that were made this weekend, some of these men and women that are boxing in these federal law enforcement officers are armed with heavy machinery. And so this is not a peaceful protest. And when those words are used, it's a shameful. Because what we have going on right now is literally domestic terrorism in Chicago. And I'll say something else. The reason why Director Patel and I were there yesterday, and the reason why Attorney General Bondi spoke so strongly about it, is because when President Trump said that he would make every neighborhood safe in this country, this is what he meant. And so when you have local leaders, when you have a mayor who is establishing ICE-free zones instead of standing up for federal law enforcement, when you have a governor who is mocking federal law enforcement doing their job enforcing federal law, that's when President Trump, I guarantee you, he will step in, and that
You're hurting the people after a while when you do that too. Like Pritzker and them, they gotta watch out what they're doing, because this is crazy. Like Pritzker's a nut. I mean, that's, you know who I'm talking about, right? I will gladly pay you Tuesday for a burger you give me today. And then you got the sidekick mayor there who don't know his ass from his elbow, Mr. Brandon Johnson, riding through with a 16% approval rating, right? Kind of like this guy right here, Eric Adams, who decided, you know what, I'm not going to be the mayor anymore. But I'm going to tell you one thing, he ain't going down without a fight. Watch how he break down this reporter right here, and he reads him. He tells this reporter, you know what? He goes off on a reporter and says, he calls him a sick and dark person. That's right, he calls him a sick and dark person. I queued it up to this part right here, because there was a lot of stuff talked about before this. But watch this here. Watch this, guys.
Well, people wanted to see what I was going to do. If I was going to stay in the race, if I was going to move out of the race, they wanted to see what I wanted to do. I think that no matter who leaves the race, there's going to be a movement of their people. And, people want to give the impression that, hey, Eric doesn't have any supporters. There's a lot of love in the city for what I have done and will continue to do. And so this race is going to continue to move forward, and we're going to be excited. I just want the best for my city, the city that I love in a real way. I know they're telling them no more questions, but I'll take two more questions before. I'm going to take two more questions. But before I take this question, there's one thing that I want to do. Listen, there was a book that came out that Jasmine Ray wrote. And in the Daily News today, it was stated that there was a sexual action that happened in Borough Hall. She reported in that book. And it wasn't. You a dark, sick person, man. You know that? You're a dark, sick person. Your name was on the byline. And there's some of you that have been covering me. You guys could part. Let me do this. Y'all could depart.
Y'all can go ahead. Watch this.
Some of you have been recovering me for 3.5 years, Some of you are so sick and dark, and you're the leader of that. You're one of the most dark writers that I've ever seen in this city. And your personal sick vendetta and the sickness of how you think of over-sexualizing a black man, that in the book is stated that there was a sexual action in Borough Hall. That was never in the book. But that's typical of the sickness and the darkness of your sick mind. You're one of the sickest reporters I know. Go to the next question. You're a sick person.
WCPS here. What's your reaction to Letitia James getting indicted?
I'm gonna do the same thing to her, what I ask of everyone. When I was going through my situation, let the process play out. People attacked me, they called me names, they destroyed an impeccable record in the city.
Yeah. I ain't gonna do all that. Now you're trying to make up for that. Let me get that. Let me get that. We knew what you was doing. Stop it. If you think you're gonna make a profit, stop it. If you think you're gonna make a profit. He's the reason Mom Dami's coming in, sadly. Now we got to keep on going forward. I told you we had a clip that was loaded fully today. Y'all think I'm playing. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. Let everybody know that we're here. I really would appreciate that. Also, if you're not a member, why aren't you? Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell down to let everybody know that we're here. We're doing our thing. Hope you guys appreciate the work that I put in to make sure that we get a banger this morning. Because now we do have to get over to the DOJ that officially breaks their silence on the James Comey indictment. Let's go, you guys. Let's go. Oh, wait a minute. Unless y'all want some Epstein real quick. Y'all want some Epstein instead? You always want some Epstein. Let me give you some Epstein instead. I got some information right here where Hakeem Jeffries basically warns about Trump's. I'm going to let him say it.
Day 9 of this federal government shutdown, Donald Trump's handpicked U.S. attorney secured an indictment against a second political opponent, a person he named on a list of enemies that Trump publicly asked the U.S. Attorney General to prosecute. This time, Trump's Justice Department indicted New York State Attorney General.
I forgot I had to be fair. Remember I played all of one side about Letitia James? We have to play the other side. I'm sorry.
General Letitia James, who of course last year secured an enormous civil judgment against Trump and his real estate business for fraud. That was a trial before a judge.
Okay.
Joining me now is Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries of New York. Leader Jeffries, it's good to have you on. I know that you have known Tish James for a long time. So first, just your response to the news today.
Well, good evening, Chris. Great to be with you. Tish James is a strong, brilliant, courageous, faithful, and patriotic woman and a great attorney general.
And the mother of
And it's a shame
Sherman Klump.
That she's being victimized in this way by Donald Trump and his corrupt Department of Justice. We're in the midst of a Trump-caused government shutdown.
Somebody told you about the hands and you starting to try to control it, ain't it? Somebody talked to you about the hand justice. Okay, we can both try to do it together. Go ahead.
The military is on the verge of not being paid, notwithstanding the fact that our men and women in uniform continue to put their lives on the line. We have a Republican healthcare crisis that is devastating people all across the country, and Donald Trump could care less. The Republicans, who are sycophants in the House and the Senate, could care less. Instead, they're focused on bringing baseless charges and weaponizing the Department of Justice against perceived political adversaries.
All right, so like I said, I had to be fair, have to play both sides of it. Can't just go one way, and that's the way we are here at Our Bottom Line. You know, we're not Democrats, I'm not. We're not Republicans, I'm not. We're not independents, I'm not. But we are human beings. That's why we made the platform. Hopefully we can have a dialogue here, argue, get over it, and come up with a solution. Wouldn't it be great for all of us to work together to get great things to happen? Who would be able to really mess with America if we could actually do that? If all of the parties would actually be able to work together. Unstoppable, like the dream team. But nobody thought of that, right? No, because it'd be too fair. We can't share the power. I want to be better. It's not about that, because guess what? In 100 years, all of this will be gone. What are we really running but each other crazy? Think about it. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to go over to Miami. Florida man sent to death row. What a brother know. Once again, back is the incredible. And he deserves it. I'm not lying because of what he did to his wife while she was impregnated. I'm going to cue it up to the sentencing. You and I were watching the last few days ago. We saw the video where he tried to get out of it and say, hey, I want a new lawyer. Judge was like, tit, 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 tit. Too late. You already about to be sentenced, buddy. This is sentencing day. Not as far as sentencing day goes, but now he knows what he's about to deal with. And I can't say that from what I've heard and I've read about this story, that this man definitely deserves it.
The court finds this to be proven and affords it very little weight. Suggested and rejected non-statutory mitigating factors. The negative effect of a prolonged appellate process on the victim's family and the dangerousness of general population as opposed to death row.
I don't understand how his lawyer is about to start agreeing with the judge. Head nods and movements.
The court does not find that the negative effect of a prolonged appellate process on the victim's family is a proper consideration, nor does the court find that the dangerousness of general population as opposed to death row is a proper consideration. In the defense mitigation expert report, neither of these were connected whatsoever personally to the defendant. Rather, they were framed as general policy arguments. Neither of these circumstances meet the definition of a mitigating factor under the law. That is, matters relevant to the defendant's character or record or the circumstances of the offense proffered as a basis for a sentence less than death. Conclusion after the weighing process. The court has carefully weighed the aggravating and mitigating circumstances as to each murder individually. The court's weighing process can be summarized as follows. As to Tanya Wise, there are 2 aggravating factors that are entitled to very great weight. As to the unborn child, there are 3 aggravating factors that are entitled to very great weight. As to the mitigating factors, the cumulative weight of the mitigation is entitled to moderate to great weight. As to each murder, the court finds that the aggravating factors outweigh the mitigating circumstances. As required by law, this court has given great weight to the jury's recommendation. The court's weight analysis in this case, with its acknowledgement of significant yet outweighed mitigation, is a reflection of the jury's 8-4 vote for death as to each of the murders. The court's independent evaluation of the case herein leads to the conclusion that the death sentence is the appropriate and just sentence as to each victim. Therefore, Jose Soto Escalera, I hereby sentence you to death for the first-degree murder of Tanya Wise. I also independently sentence you to death for the first-degree murder of her unborn child. I hereby order that you be taken by the Sheriff of St. Lucie County to Florida State Prison for close and secure confinement until the date of your execution. At such time as scheduled by the Governor of the State of Florida at the place of execution named in his warrant of execution, you shall be put to death by the means provided by Florida law at that time, and may God have mercy on your soul. You are hereby notified that the sentence of death is subject to automatic review by the Supreme Court of Florida. The court finds you continue to be indigent and hereby appoints the Office of the Public Defender to represent you on appeal. And that is the sentence of the court, and that will end this case.
That's the end of your case, and I'm going to tell you from all of the information, everything that we found out about this man, he got what he deserved. Yeah, for both of the lives that he took, that was the book right there. They took that book and said, whew, that was the full loaded book. You can't get no worse sentence than that. That's it. That's it. That's all. Solo, single, solo, no less. Got him. There you go. Let's keep on moving forward, y'all. We got to get on over to Trump's EPA chief, Lee Zeldin. He uncovers billions of dollars that was paid off to Biden and the activists. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because they got a lot of one-sided information. I like to get both sides of the coin when I talk.
The government shutdown is causing some level of confusion and anxiety for many staff members at the EPA. Some workers not sure if they're getting paid. EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin with me this morning. Sir, who is working and who is getting paid at your agency?
everybody working at the agency is getting paid. And as far as who is working, everyone knows who is working, what their responsibilities are, fulfilling our statutory obligations, our requirements. It includes emergency response. It also includes the president's administrative policies and priorities. Now, unfortunately, while congressional Democrats down the street have been voting against reopening the government, something that President Trump and congressional Republicans are fighting to be able to accomplish, getting the government back open, we have union officials here at EPA trying to help sow that chaos and confusion. But as far as each of our individual employees, they know who's working, they're getting paid, and we're not going to play along with these games that some on the other side are trying to get our country divided and in conflict. I think what makes the most amount of sense is just getting the government back open.
Okay. Solar companies and some labor unions are suing the
No. Oh, yeah, matter of fact, I do want y'all to hear that, because how much money it was.
EPA because you've cancelled $7 billion worth of grants that were supposed to help people install solar panels on their homes. Can you tell us why you revoked that $7 billion worth of grants?
This is kickback stuff.
Congress rescinded this program. They rescinded the money to oversee the program, the money to administer this program. And on top of that, when I came in and I was asking a whole bunch of questions about what this program, $7 billion called Solar for All, the answers that I got back included a whole bunch of examples where money would go through pass-throughs, yes, 4 pass-throughs, where each of them are collecting their own cut to administer their part of pass-throughs. So, you take $1, and it's not like a dollar appropriated by Congress is a dollar that helps someone on the other end of it. These programs, tens of billions of dollars when you add up the entire greenhouse gas reduction fund, were by design created to promote waste and abuse, and we're not going to play along with it.
It seems like it was almost a slush fund where interested parties could take their cut as it moved around the country. Now it's stopped, right? You're not spending that $7 billion. It's gone.
That's $7 billion, and the rest of the greenhouse gas reduction fund, in total, $27 billion. Everything is canceled. I understand as EPA administrator.
I just wanted you guys to hear that. I know it probably sounds boring or whatever, but I'm going to be honest with you. I like people to hear both sides of the story, because one time you hear one side and they'll say, oh, well, they're cutting the money. Yeah. Nobody knew about a pass-through. What the hell is a pass-through? I didn't know about a pass-through till he said it. And then he said 3 of them. So everybody's shaving their piece off. You know how that go. I'm going to give Mad Hatter a piece. He got to take his cut. He got to give Rebecca a piece. She got to process it. She going to give it to somebody else. And everybody get their cut. That's what they talking about. But we don't get down like that. I'm just using us as examples, y'all. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. Also, I said Mad Hatter because I wanted to thank the Mad Hatter and tell Mad Hatter and everybody here, we've been trying to get Mr. Sliwa to get interviewed on a private set. So if one or 5 of you guys would like to email him or go hit him up on Instagram, I really think that he would listen, because there's a lot of people in this chat. Say, hey, our host, Bugatti of Our Bottom Line would like to interview you. I'll go do the interview. All y'all got to do is hook it up. Y'all my manager. And then you got to realize something, the power of numbers. You want to make something happen? That's the way you do it. I'm serious, y'all. That's the way you make change, and that's the way you make things happen. Y'all want to really see Curtis Sliwa? I dare you to email him and tell him what I just said. And then challenge me to go out to Queens and see if I don't sit down with him. Let me at him. I'll splat him. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because now we got to get on over to one of your favorite senators, Senator Kennedy, who warns lawsuits are on the horizon after the bombshell that the FBI is that the FBI revealed. I like Senator Kennedy. He be going in. He just wrote a book too. I'm about to buy that book. Stole it from us.
If the 8 senators who were spied upon sue the hell out of the Department of Justice and the perpetrators involved, will that facilitate their investigation and or yours? I guess what I'm getting to is, I don't understand why we don't have a separate hearing. I find this breathtaking.
It's just been 24 hours since the FBI
Thank you,
investigated on
Liberty.
it. Please give me an opportunity to sort through all this.
Fair enough.
That was Senator John Kennedy pressing for answers on the Arctic frost investigation.
New details are surfacing tonight in the latest example of Biden-era weaponization of government. That former special counsel Jack Smith was tracking phone records of at least 9 GOP senators as part of the January 6th investigation. Joining us now is Louisiana Senator John Kennedy. Thank you, Senator, for coming on tonight. I have my first question. Are you upset that you're not on the list?
You already know.
Look, when I first heard about the story, I thought it was satire. I thought it was some nonsense on TikTok. I'm appalled. It's unconscionable. It really is breathtaking. This is a special counsel of the Department of Justice who sought and received the phone records of 8 sitting United States senators. The telephone companies just turned them over. We have no idea what the predicate was, why the FBI and the Justice Department and Mr. Smith were asking for the records. We only found out about it because of a whistleblower. I'm shocked that Smith, I thought he was smarter than this. I mean, I've got rocks in my driveway that are smarter than this.
Is he in your book? Is he in your upcoming book?
No, he should be. Look, I want to have a separate hearing. I want to call him to testify. I'd like the Attorney General Garland to come testify. I think we need to hear from former Director Chris Wray. Mr. Smith may plead the Fifth Amendment. If I were he, I probably would, because this is serious as 4 heart attacks and a stroke.
He said, I got rocks in my driveway that's smarter than, yo, I'm telling you. That's somebody else I'd like to interview too. I'm gonna get the email address, Liberty. I'll give it to you, or I'll put it in a Discord. That was crazy right there. I'm gonna put it in Discord, so it'll give you guys some reason to join our Discord. So if you want to keep the conversation going on, all you got to do is go over to Discord, Our Bottom Line, boom, and you'll be able to talk to everybody you talk to here, offline and over there. Now we got the Nobel Peace Prize winner, and they revealed it, and they made a call. And guess what? Trump did not win. So just so you guys know, I'm gonna go ahead and blow it out the water and let you know. Nope, the Nobel Peace Prize did not go to President Trump.
Congratulations.
Nobel Committee Chair Jorgen Wantne Flindes defends not giving Trump a prestigious award.
To Maria Corina Machado and the committee on the decision. But during the past months, U.S. President Donald Trump has repeatedly said he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize and he'd like to have it. He even said that it would be an insult to the United States if he doesn't get it. What does as the chairman of the Nobel Peace Prize Committee, think of this, and how has this campaign-like activity by the president and his supporters, domestically and internationally, affected the deliberations and the thinking in the committee?
In the long history of the Nobel Peace Prize, I think this committee have seen any type of campaign, media attention. We receive thousands and thousands of letters every year of people wanting to say what for them leads to peace. This committee sits in a room filled with the portraits of all laureates, and that room is filled with both courage and integrity. So we base only our decision on the work and the will of Alfred Nobel.
So he's basically saying no campaigns can basically make a difference on our judgment. This came strictly from the Nobelness and the peace that that person brought, and no campaigning can help it. So I guess the person was better than Trump in their eyes. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen to get those likes up. Also, come on, we're trying to get up to 70,000 subscribers. But we got to get to 60 first. Do your boy a favor. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's free. If you want to become a member, that helps too. Hit that notification bell down there so that you know when we're on. Now we got to keep on going over to Washington because the Supreme Court denies the bid to hear Ghislaine Maxwell's appeal. She will not be getting an appeal and she will not be getting heard. That's the word.
More breaking news this morning. The Supreme Court rejecting a bid to hear Ghislaine Maxwell's appeal. Maxwell argues she was unjustly prosecuted for her role helping Jeffrey Epstein recruit and groom girls as young as 14.
Sorry.
In 2022, she was sentenced to 20 years behind bars for sex trafficking. And joining us now is Eric Udali, who represents several Epstein accusers. Also with us, former U.S. Attorney and MSNBC legal analyst Barbara McQuaid. Eric, first, your reaction to this big development?
Well, it's fantastic news. I mean, this is absolutely the right decision. What Ms. Maxwell's team tried to do is they tried really to turn one of the great travesties of injustice when it comes to child sex trafficking, the non-prosecution agreement by Alex Acosta, to allow Jeffrey Epstein to continue to abuse for another decade. They tried to use that to say, now you also can't prosecute Ms. Maxwell because technically she would have been included as a co-conspirator, and that would apply to the entire United States, even though it very clearly only applied to Florida. So that's what she tried to do, and thankfully the Supreme Court did not buy it, just like every court did not buy it. It was a real Hail Mary argument, and on behalf of the victims, we're very pleased. I hope this is the last we hear of Ghislaine Maxwell, unless, of course, the news is that she's being transferred back to a more maximum security prison.
Have you heard it all?
He said, unless we're hearing about her getting transferred back. But the sad part about it is, dun, dun, dun. There's a possibility. You already know what I'm about to say. You heard what Trump said the other day. Supreme Court threw it out. I might take a look at it for a possible pardon. What do you guys think? Do you think that President Trump should pardon Ghislaine Maxwell after the Supreme Court's already thrown out her appeal? What do you guys think? Hands up or thumbs up if you think she should get an appeal and get a chance to. I'm sorry. If you think that President Trump should pardon Ghislaine Maxwell, give us a thumbs up. If you think that she should not be pardoned, give us a thumbs down. Thumbs up for a pardon for Ghislaine Maxwell. Thumbs down, no pardon. Keep her where she's at. Send her ass back to maximum security for us. What I feel from all the stories and the victims' accounts that we've heard about. That's why they don't want the rest of that information to come out. Let's keep on moving forward right now. New Jersey, shame, 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 shame on you. Whole bunch of thumbs down. Everybody thinking the same way. Lock her ass up and keep her in there. I see everybody. She has no help over here. Everybody got thumbs down. Look at that. Look at that. No victims, no crime. Okay, blackmail maybe, even though he acts like he doesn't remember her. Ooh, keep on moving forward, y'all. We're going to go to New Jersey. Like I said, shame, shame, shame. New Jersey candidates, they're going back and forth. It's not just on a large scale in Washington. Even in the cities, these candidates be going for each other, going at each other's necks. Check this out.
Attacks at campaign events. New Jersey's gubernatorial candidates traded barbs in person in their final debate before Election Day. Correspondent Brian Yennes takes a look at the top issues discussed and some of the more tense moments.
First of all, shame on you. Second of all,
shame on you, sir.
Shame on you.
A heated final debate in New Jersey's governor's race after Democratic nominee Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill accused Republican nominee Jack Ciattarelli of killing New Jerseyans.
And I'm so glad that you then went on to kill tens of thousands of people in New Jersey, including children.
Ciattarelli once owned a multi-million-dollar medical publishing company that printed educational materials. Sherrill says Ciattarelli printed propaganda that downplayed the risks of opioid misuse. He says it's a lie.
During the Biden administration, she had no problem whatsoever with tens of thousands of people crashing our border each and every day, not knowing what impact they had in our communities with regard to fentanyl.
Sherrill is ahead of Ciattarelli by 8 points, according to Fox News polling, but Republicans insist the race is neck and neck.
Okay, we gonna see Ciattarelli. They don't really like you over there. I don't know. They might be trying to get down with the DEI. Let's keep on moving forward, y'all. Caught on camera. We got this crypto scam that's costing America's millions of dollars. I told you guys, this show is going to be turned up. It's action-packed, and we got a lot. Now we get into some serious situations right here. I want you guys to be careful of Bitcoin. careful of the elders and the seniors that we have responsibility for, aunts, uncles, grand aunts, and those people of those natures, because this is something that they can even, it can just boggle your mind. The police are actually trying to get this lady to stop putting her life savings in this machine. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let y'all see it. They're trying to get her to stop putting her money in this machine, and she's like, no, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. What? Watch this, how they'll have them convinced.
Chances are you've walked by one of these Bitcoin ATMs. AARP estimates there are more than 45,000 of these machines across the country. And this morning, we found that they've increasingly become a tool of sophisticated criminal networks trying to separate Americans from their money.
Hello.
She's at $23,000 already.
Where's she at right now?
You're watching a cryptocurrency scam caught in real time.
Can I talk to you for a second?
She's already entered $23,000 into this crypto machine. This older lady.
Please, I have the bank on
She says, please, I have the bank on the phone.
the phone.
Okay, let me talk to who you're talking to on the bank.
I'm in danger.
Okay, stop putting money in there.
Fran Bates is loading tens of thousands of dollars of her life savings into something called a Bitcoin ATM.
No, you're not.
And is one click away from losing it all.
Don't click, I'm done. Do not click anything.
Over the course of 2 days, a scammer convinced the 85-year-old her bank account had been hacked and she needed to.
She was just about to put the rest of the money in there and press that button. That's her life savings.
Put her money into a machine she'd never seen before for safety.
True.
That
That's
seems
exactly
so
what
hard to believe.
I know, and you think if you had to listen to it, you would wonder what's going on with that woman. Doesn't she realize what they're doing to her? No, you don't. It's a horrible, horrible experience.
Fran is just one of dozens of victims ABC News and our own television stations have found whose scams ended at a Bitcoin ATM. A machine popular in gas stations, supermarkets, and liquor stores that experts tell us scammers are increasingly using as a tool to separate Americans from their hard-earned cash.
And you saw how she was there like, please leave me alone. I've got the bank on the phone. You're interrupting me. And if he wouldn't have interrupted her, she would have been broke as a joke. We're going to keep on moving forward right now because we got this other man. Oh, my God. I forgot about this dude right here. I mean, there's a certain thing about getting away with the crime and getting away with a real snobbery, but this here overdoes it. I'm going to have to ask everybody in here right now, everybody, do me a favor. Please double tap that screen to get those likes up. I really want more people to see this video right here. All you got to do, double tap the screen, hit that like button. More people are going to see that the fact that you hit the like button. How? Because YouTube's going to put a notification up. They're going to see it and say, you know what? Let's see what's going on. You're going to see them in the comments say, hey, what's going on over here? And that's how you know it's a full circle. So I'd appreciate you guys. Please hit that like button and turn those numbers up. Because I want you guys to see this man that was arrested in a major train cargo theft that netted over $1.46 million. It looked like he took every pair of Nikes, every box off of the train, and he had some kind of help. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. This is his house after the feds went in and found everything off the train.
She said, huh? Wonder how they poured all these cars.
The house is full.
That's 300 grand in car sitting. Is that all this?
Every bag, the backyard. Talk about a Nike town.
Are you inventorying?
How you gonna inventory all this? I'm talking about boxes upon boxes of boxes.
How is it? What that
is? Still going.
Yes. You think it's it?
Yeah. He thought he was straight. He's like, yeah, we're in the money. We're in the money. We got a lot of what it takes to get along. They thought that they had them Nikes and they was going to be able to get along. eBay, get them off on the street, set up outside somewhere. Hey, we got the official Nikes. Everything would have been a come up to them. But guess what? Instead, he got locked up and now he got a big problem. That's why you might as well just straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and fly right. Keep on moving forward, you guys. Because now we got these, I hear them. Y'all hear that? They ain't been around all day. Y'all hear that? Doom, doom, doom. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, doom, doom. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, doom, doom. Doom, 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 doom. I'm talking about ice, ice, baby. Yeah, what I told y'all, what if they, after they pull up and they get everybody, they start turning the song on? Like, all right, stop. Put your hands up. Put them behind your back now. Yeah, y'all. Pretty sad story with ICE when we come into this story right here. Chicago, 2 men. All right, now I don't want you guys to get mad at me. In Chicago, 2 men cry for help in Spanish as ICE takes them into custody. So I did the ICE song and everything else, but I did not comment on the 2 men. Even though I want to. They're yelling, help us. And there's a bystander coming up with her phone out, trying to get some information. They entered the country illegally.
¿Cómo se llaman?
Nice truck.
¿Cómo se llaman?
Okay, so the people are requesting the full show, the full scene. Okay. Normally when they say, hey, get over here, put your hands behind your back. Then they say, watch your head. Sometimes they put their hand on top of your head or the door, and then you got to go like this. And then you sitting in the back of the car like this, looking at that pizza shop, that liquor store, that girl with the fat booty. Even if she ain't that pretty, she the finest thing that you ever seen. That guy that you, oh my God, if you're a female, oh my God, look at that handsome guy. Yeah. That's that ride of shame that nobody likes to take. Nobody likes it, you guys, nobody.
¡Ayuda! 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 ¿Cómo te llamas? Por favor, por favor. Por favor.
It looks as if they had got hit. That's the cop car right there too. If you guys look at this car up here, it looks like they possibly got hit by trying to pull them over too. Because there's a big dent in the door. Then we got passers-by that's getting content and video because they want to show what's going on here. What do you guys think about this situation right here? I want to read your comments, as a matter of fact. Rodney, okay, deport immediately. Bye-bye. Alyssa says, okay. And then Miss Noam, I'm already on it. Oh, everybody want them up out of here. Okay, everybody like, go ahead and get up out of here, huh? Y'all heard that noise, right? That's that click that you don't want to hear. Turned it off. Closed the door. Took a picture to show that they
Where's your humanity? Where's your soul? This is how you treat people? Humans? What is wrong with you? You're a piece of
Deport them. Deported. Deported. Keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to get on over to Washington, where the cell where Jeffrey Epstein lost his life was never properly investigated, and it was never They never really investigated his cell? Are you serious? Wait a minute. Y'all can't be serious about this. Do me a favor and double tap that screen. We got some Jeffrey Epstein information right here, you guys. Come on, let's get up to date.
On the morning of August 10th, 2019, convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein was discovered dead in his cell at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in Lower Manhattan. Then U.S. Attorney General Bill Barr ordered an immediate investigation.
We will get to the bottom of what happened, and there will be accountability.
Several days later, the chief medical examiner of New York City ruled his death a suicide. But major questions remain, including how and even with what he may have killed himself. Our review of the evidence uncovered troubling inconsistencies and points to major problems in the government's handling of the case. More than 6 years later, key details of Jeffrey Epstein's death remain unresolved and unknown. CBS News' 60 Minutes first obtained 90 crime scene photos tied to the U.S. Justice Department's 2023 final report. Those photos, taken by New York's Office of the Chief Medical Examiner, raise more questions than they answer. Some of these images are being released here for the first time. Crime scene experts who reviewed them were sharply critical, saying Epstein's cell should have been treated like a crime scene. And by all appearances, it wasn't. I'm CBS News correspondent Scott McFarland. Here's what we know.
Epstein's body was discovered at 6:30 a.m. when corrections officers arrived at his cell to deliver breakfast. According to the only witness who saw him hanging, a corrections officer named Michael Thomas, Epstein was allegedly found suspended from the top of the bunk in a near-seated position with his legs straight out and his buttocks approximately 1 inch to 1.5 inches off the floor. Internal memos obtained by CBS News describe him as cold and no palpable pulses were felt. In total, we've reviewed 90 photos of the scene and the evidence allegedly found there. Here's what those photos show. The sequence of photos starts with a picture of the stairs leading up to Epstein's tier, Tier L. Underlying data from the photo shows it was taken at 9:34 a.m., 3 hours after his body was discovered, and 4 hours before the arrival of the FBI on scene. Next in the sequence is a picture of the tier. According to the official FBI Handbook of Crime Scene Investigation, investigators should establish a progression of overall, medium, and close-up views of the crime scene. This is the only photo of the tier from that morning, and Epstein's cell, located to the right, is not pictured.
Some really shoddy work here, if you can even call it that. I mean, there's an absence of work here.
Nick Barrero is a former law enforcement officer and digital forensic expert.
You always start with the big picture. For example, the socks on the floor in that hallway right there. If you're documenting that piece of evidence, well, one, you would put a little teepee, a little evidence marker on it, a little yellow number 1 or whatever next to it. And then you would photograph it from as far away as you can. And then you go in and you take one maybe, a couple steps away from the socks, getting it more in context. And then you get right up, as close as reasonable.
That's why I'm thinking this was janky productions, and just like, see, on the other side of it, you have people that know what they're talking about. And when you got people like that put those analysis together, it gives smart people like you and I some, I don't think that they wanted to get that information out the right way. They probably wanted to make things shoddy, huh? What y'all think about that? Let's keep on moving forward now, because now we got more information. What we got on this? We got more? Do we have some more? Just want to make sure before I move forward, because I know I got some heat for y'all right now. Yep, we got more. We got lawmakers that clash over the delayed vote of releasing the full Jeffrey Epstein files. We're going to say thank you to the takeover for this bit.
House Speaker Mike Johnson is keeping the chamber in recess during the government shutdown. Now, lawmakers in the House who want to hold a vote on releasing the full Epstein files are not happy about that. And here's why. See, let me explain this before we run to the sound. Adelita Grijalva just won a special election in Arizona. She's promised to be the 218th vote on a discharge petition to release the aforementioned Epstein files. Until she is sworn in, that can't happen. And with the House not in session, she is not being sworn in. That led to a tense exchange on Capitol Hill just this afternoon. Now, let's go to that sound and video.
It's totally absurd. You guys are experts at red herrings and distraction. There's nothing to do with Epstein.
Why don't you bring back
your Republican members so we can have a serious negotiation with
We're going to have plenty of negotiations as soon as you open the government.
We did our job. You did not.
That's going to be your job.
Oh, you mean the bill that I'm signed on to extend it?
Stop covering up for the pedophiles.
There's not, that's ridiculous.
Nobody's covering up for pedophiles.
You know,
Knock it the hell off.
she knows, you know,
You're
that she
absolutely
is the-
absurd.
you know
Okay,
she is
I'm
the
going to get
boss.
back to work. These gentlemen had a publicity stunt here.
Oh, a publicity stunt on Capitol Hill. I've never, ever seen that before. I want to bring in our political panel. Kevin Sheridan. Well, you know what all the...
No, I'd rather get you guys comments on what you guys think about it in the comments, because I'm about to take you guys over to this other spot. What's that? Is that Westminster? Woo! Westminster County. Don't never have no problem with your neighbors in Westminster County, because they're going to do some stuff like this. Is that Pittsburgh? Yeah. Watch this, y'all.
Breaking news, a man already accused of putting a pipe bomb under his landlord's lawnmower is now facing even more serious charges that put dozens of people at risk. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Ken Rice.
And I'm Erica Stanish.
Don't get him,
This
man.
time, state police say James Sever planted another explosive device underneath a pickup truck connected to a local car dealership.
Shelley Bortz has the details on these new charges and how close police say this came to being a disaster.
These new charges reflect just how catastrophic this could have been. The target this time wasn't just one person. It could have been anyone on the roadway. Now, police here tell us the pipe bomb was powerful enough to kill whomever was behind the wheel and anyone nearby.
I'm just thrilled that no one got hurt.
James Sever, already accused of strapping a pipe bomb to his former landlord's lawnmower in Salem Township, is now charged with attempted homicide after state police say he built and attached another device to what he thought was his uncle's pickup truck. It turns out that truck was a loaner from C. Harper Chevrolet in Bell Vernon.
Whoa.
We were appalled. You never think that anybody's going to do something like that. And
Whoa.
it was upsetting to us from the business standpoint that we potentially put our customers in danger.
State police say 2 customers used that loaner during the time the bomb was attached, and a total of 16 people rode or drove the pickup truck before it fell off along the turnpike near Irwin. The bomb squad responded and detonated the device, which they say was capable of killing everyone inside the truck and anyone nearby.
We knew by looking at it that it was very consistent with the same manufacturing that was done on the device that exploded out on Route 22. When you had a man that was going to cut grass, and he subsequently was the landlord and survived that explosion.
Whoa.
State police say Sever had been planning to harm his dad and uncle with explosives for years, even testing one of the devices he made on an abandoned car. But when he was evicted from his rental property, Sever changed his plan and redirected one of those devices toward his landlord, David Martin. Both bombs were placed on the same day, July 20th.
His course of conduct was always towards an individual, specific person, so we don't have any reason to believe that there's any other pipe bombs or any other explosive devices that he was responsible for.
Oh my God, talking about Bill's bomb first out here, boy. Woo! Watch. That was crazy right there. You know y'all not going to see that nowhere else but here. Do your boy a favor and double tap that screen and get those likes up as we talk about Orleans. That's right, New Orleans. The escaped New Orleans inmate that says that he's moving his extradition forward didn't even fight back because he knew it was about to happen. So let's keep on going, y'all.
Let's take you to Fulton County, Georgia now, where New Orleans jail escapee Derek Groves faced a judge today. He waived his right to an extradition hearing, meaning that he'll be heading back to Louisiana. Groves is the last of the 10 inmates who were on the run after escaping from a jailbreak back in May. He was recaptured in Atlanta yesterday. Let's bring in CBS News national correspondent Katie Weiss, live for us in New Orleans. She's been following this case from day one. Katie, what do we hear from Groves today, and what comes next in his case?
Sure. Well, today in front of a judge in Atlanta, Groves told the judge, quote, "I want to return where I'm from." He accepted his extradition. And so now the Attorney General has about 15 days to figure out how to get him back here to New Orleans after He and 9 other inmates escaped from the Orleans Parish Justice Center here in downtown New Orleans, just 10 minutes away from where I'm standing. Groves was arrested following a brief standoff, and dramatic standoff nonetheless, a good way to cap off this months-long saga that really started back in May pretty dramatically as well. He was arrested yesterday, and he was arrested by officers swarming the house where they had gotten a tip that he might have been located. They threw in gas canisters to try to coax him out. They saw some movement, deployed canine officers, and canine officers were able to find him in the crawl space of the home. And then as he was being taken away in cuffs, he even confidently and boldly blew a kiss and smiled at the cameras.
He did.
Now, before the escape, Groves was facing a life sentence for 2 counts of murder. The victim's family in that murder case has really been on pins and needles ever since he escaped, according to the district attorney here in town. Take a listen to what he had to say about their relief over this escape or this capture.
So I was able to get to know the next of kin. And I just want you to all to understand that the children in this family who play sports in that park in the lower Ninth Ward have not been able to go out there during all of this time. Their lives have been shut down out of fear because they didn't know where this man was. And the men and women of these different agencies have given them their lives back. And that is extraordinary. And I was talking to...
That's why I wanted you guys to see at least that part. Yes, it goes on for about 3 or 4 more minutes, and we don't do that around here because why? We got a lot more content to get into. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. Y'all know y'all wasn't going to get that nowhere else. Come on now, we got to get on over to Detroit where this Thunthadant mother, THUNTHADUNT. It's not da-da-da-da-da. You're just being lazy by saying it that way. It's Thunthadant. When you're a Thunthadant, you have to spell the whole word. THUN. Get that out the way. And that's the thun. Now we got to get the tha. Thuntha. THA. And then the end part, dunt. It ain't that hard. Put it all together. Thunthadant. This mother right here is a Thunthadant. She actually went to the school and brought a blade to assist her child in a fight. I'm gonna let this nonsense be told right here, but this don't make no sense at all. And guess what? Y'all already know what they got, right? Locked up, and I hope they don't let her out. For real.
New tonight, a mother and her child have been arrested after a stabbing at a school on Detroit's west side. This happened this morning at Gompers Elementary Middle. Noelle Friel has been following this story for us. And Noelle, the district says this mother brought a knife to the school that was used in this stabbing.
Yeah, that's right. A district spokesperson says that mother brought a small knife to the school and gave it to her child, who then used it to stab another student. The victim's mother says that her daughter was stabbed multiple times and now has severe injuries. Now the school district is investigating exactly how that knife made it through the school's front door. The Detroit Public Schools Community District now investigating how a mother helped carry out a planned attack on a student at Gompers Elementary Middle School by bringing a knife to her child. A district spokesperson says the school's metal detector sounded when the parent entered the building, but the security guard failed to search the mother. That security guard has been removed from the school pending an investigation that could lead to termination.
Exactly,
in a social media
Angels.
post, the victim's mother said her daughter was stabbed in her head, back, and arm and was cut from neck to ear. The mother, who declined to be interviewed Wednesday, told Local 4 the stabbing happened after another altercation that took place at the school on Monday. Classes will be canceled Friday to ensure safety protocols are in place at the school.
Let me tell you something. When I was little and I used to get into fights and get into arguments and stuff like that, I'm not going to front. My mother used to come up to the school and be like, which one was it? And I'd be like, him. She'd be like, fight him. I'd be like, no, man. She'd be like, fight him. And let me tell you something. I done told you guys, if y'all know me, this right here, you know how they got that song called He Get It, She Get It from My Mama? No, I got these hands from my mama. These big mittens right here, the size 13 pinky. These are some huge hands right here. Look at my head. Yeah, can't you tell how big my hands is? Let me tell you something. My mother hands, this is where I got these hands from, not my father. So the last thing you want to do is get the drums of death on your booty when it come down to Diana Crawford. Let me tell you something about that. So when she come downstairs, or when she finds out about a fight, and she said, oh, you running? You scared? Then I'm over there like this. Oh, shit, I got to deal with her upstairs. Yo, come on, bro, let's get it. No, man, let's... And the next thing you know, boop, bap, fight is over. And I'm mad, like, oh, you made me fight. Going upstairs. But secretly, she was like, yeah, I knew my boy can kick your ass. So she would just be there sometimes to egg me on. Maybe that's wrong, but never give your child a weapon or nothing like that. Also, getting a whooping and losing a fight builds character. Sometimes you win some and sometimes you lose. Because don't think I always won. Don't think I always won. Sometimes I caught a bad one too. And that's another thing. Stay away from it altogether. Because even if you win, you can lose. Straight up and down. Now, oh, I had to fight. Boop, 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 knock somebody out. Oh, now they're not waking up. Now you got a case on your hands. That's when you win. You still lost. You didn't win. Now you're locked up. It ain't worth it. Take it from somebody that knows it. And even these dudes like this. Yo, what's up, Bugatti? You think you all that? Yo, what's up? So what's up? And then next thing you know, boop, bap. They go to sleep. And then when they wake up, it was 3 of them, officer. It was him, plus he had 2 other dudes with him. I'm over there like, yo, for real? You was wild gangster before, but now all of a sudden. So see, it don't play to win either. Even when you win, you lose. Keep on going, y'all. We got a Miami banger. We got a clip that we got to run through on Miami because I just know Miami always provides information. We got a 3-clip banger. Let's get into it. We got this man that was arrested following a fatal stabbing in the Miami Dade Park. We're going to get over to that one right now. I told y'all it's not over. Y'all thought it was over. It's not over. We got too much to cover.
Man has been charged as murder after a deadly stabbing that took place in Northwest Miami-Dade.
It happened yesterday at a park in broad daylight. Local 10's Tanya Sheeby is live at that scene.
She's going to tell us a little bit more about the fight that led up to this stabbing. What happened out there?
You maced me.
Christy and Eric, good afternoon. We're learning new this afternoon from a detective with the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office that now a 31-year-old man has been arrested in connection to this deadly stabbing. 31-year-old Christopher Prats is now behind bars after detectives say yesterday morning he stabbed and killed 33-year-old Jean-Wilga Stinful.
It's unfortunate. There's a lot of violence in the atmosphere.
This all happening in broad daylight at the Arthur Woodard Park in Northwest Miami-Dade. Detectives are now sharing when deputies arrived to the park, they found Stinful unresponsive on the ground and suffering from many stab wounds. First responders say Stinful died right there at the park from those injuries.
It was in the morning, I think around 10 a.m. that we saw the police tape being roped off.
Detectives say the man responsible, Prats, is homeless. And according to court documents, he told investigators he was sitting on a bench when Stinful approached him saying obscenities, making Prats feel threatened. Investigators also say that's when Prats got a knife from his duffel bag and stabbed Stinful in the chest, face, both arms, neck, and back. Detectives found that knife with blood inside a nearby trash can. Prats also told investigators he didn't see Stinful holding a weapon. Neighbors saying these situations makes them not want to walk in the park to do exercise at any time of day.
I think my family's not going to want me to be walking in the park anymore, and this is one of my joys.
So it's now they scared to go in their own park, y'all. People got to do better. Now we staying in Miami because now we got this couple that abandoned a teen on the I-75 with a bag of GUNs. I don't know. I'm telling you, you can make it up in your head. Give it a couple of months. Miami will make it come to truth. I'm telling you, Miami will make it come to life. You can do it. You can just make up a story in your head.
Here at 6 o'clock, we've got a Northport couple behind bars right now, charged with child neglect because they're accused of abandoning a teen on the side of a highway in Northport. Police say the details of the case just didn't add up. So let's bring in Fox 13's Kylie Jones looking into this for us today. Live in our newsroom. Hi there, Kylie. What'd you find out about this?
Well, Mark, police asked to keep the relationship between the teen and those 2 family members private. But according to court documents, officers found the 16-year-old stranded 8 miles from home after his family let him out and drove off. A call about a suspicious person revealed a case of alleged child neglect. Last week, Northport police got a call about a person walking down the side of I-75 carrying some bags. Officers quickly figured out it was a 16-year-old boy.
The explanation we got from that child was also concerning.
According to a probable cause affidavit, the teen got home from school that afternoon to find 2 adult family members frantically packing 2 duffel bags.
He had no notice. His family was all of a sudden in a panic and said they were leaving. They were either going to Idaho or Guam.
The adults were later identified as 35-year-old Rosanella Bora and 36-year-old Bradley Santos. Police say the couple left the home with the teen and an 8-year-old in the car and headed north on I-75.
Quickly into this trip, this journey to wherever, he said he didn't want to go. And apparently that was acceptable to these folks to pull over on the side of 75 and let him out. Okay, good luck. And here's some bags.
What officers found in the bags set off more alarms.
Which turned out to be some loaded weapons.
In the affidavit, investigators say Santos told the boy to take care of the house before driving off. When officers tried to bring the boy home, court documents show they found the garage door and front door of the home wide open.
It doesn't make sense. And, you're putting a child.
They probably thought that they was about to get boom, doom, 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 doom. That's what it sounded like to me. They thought they was going to get doom, 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 doom. Told them, hey, free for all. Every man for himself. Gave them a bag of GUNs and kicked them out on the side of the road. Now, you telling me that that's not bad parenting right there? Man, we got to stay in Florida one more time. I told you we had to stay there because it's crazy. I can't believe it. Now we got 2 police officers, 1 male and 1 female. They got pow in the legs. Told them to dance for a biscuit. Dance, fool. You want to dance? You want the biscuit? You better dance.
Officer shot in the legs.
Yeah, let's get right out to local 10 Trent Kelly, who is live on the scene right now. Trent, what can you tell us?
Crazy.
Well, very active out here, guys, right now, as dozens upon dozens of Miami police officers and even the SWAT team just arrived here at the scene behind me. I want to show you a little bit of what we can see. You can see a lot of police vehicles and tape up right now, blocking most of our view, but we have confirmed that 2 officers with the City of Miami Police Department were shot here in this area of Miami earlier this morning. That's after they responded to a shots fired call. We do have some video that I shot earlier, just minutes after I arrived on scene, and you can just see the sheer number of police vehicles that were here, all of them rushing towards the scene with their lights on. Again, after we're told 2 Miami police officers were shot by either one or possibly a second suspect.
I'm just glad there's not no life-threatening injuries and they're going to make it. Let's go ahead and pray for that as well. Not necessarily always praying for the DEAF and bad things, but we also pray for good, and we also pray for, when people's lives are spared. And we thank the Lord for being there to cover these people and make sure that they were not harmed. We ask that today in Jesus' name, amen. Good story, actually, because that's what they do. They serve and protect. As long as they're not going to be, as long as they didn't lose their lives, all good. But this pedo right here, we want to see him locked up. Do your boy a favor and double tap that screen to get those likes up, because Kristi Noem had some words for this fool. He basically got locked up. He was about to get taken back to the facility, and guess what? He says, "Let me out, please." With one eye going that way like Biggie and one of them going straight. Let me out. Watch what Kristi Noem had to say to this pedo. Yes, that's what he got locked up for. He's about to be deported, and she was not playing around with him. Watch this.
We begin with this Fox News alert. Violent crime in America. President Trump wants to stop it. Democrat lawmakers and activists apparently just want to stop him. Despite Democrats' outrage and legal challenges, President Trump is pushing along, following through on his commitment to make American cities safe again. I'm Harris Faulkner. You are in the Faulkner Focus. Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem went to Portland, Oregon yesterday. The goal? To visit and protect the agents working at the Immigration and Enforcement Customs facility that has been rocked by rioting protesters. Here is Secretary Noem.
Let me out.
Let you out?
Yeah.
No, not let you out.
You're under arrest. You waited until we detained you. So now you will be removed from this country and never given the chance to come back.
DHS also released a list of the worst illegal immigrant criminals that ICE has arrested just last month in the city of Portland. The list includes attempted murderers, sex predators, drug traffickers, pedophiles. No one went off on Portland's leadership.
Good.
One of the things I've been dealing with all day here in Portland is a bunch of pansies that are elected into political office who won't make a decision to keep their citizens safe. This mayor is going to wait until somebody gets violently hurt or killed. He's going to have blood on his hands because he sat around and thought too long because he was too scared of the political ramifications of making a big decision to keep his city safe.
Hundreds of Texas National Guard members are already on the ground about 50 miles from Chicago. They are preparing to protect federal personnel and property while a judge will weigh whether Texas National Guard can be deployed there.
Uh-oh, Chicago is coming. I'm coming. Here I am. ICE, here to bring pain to thee. People that's trying to do some slick shit. And no, we got to get with it. Let's keep on going forward, y'all. Oh my God, we got to go on over to this officer who pulls a GUN on a man. How you gonna mistake a gas pump for a gun? Come on, man. Like, you serious? All this man was doing was pumping gas? You serious? Stop it.
I'm filling up gas, Cal. You understand you're holding it like this, like it's a pistol, right?
I said very about dispatcher. I only have a weapons incident, Circle K, 7 row.
So this man got arrested for holding a gas pump.
What do you have in your hand? Show me your hands. Okay. Stay in the car. Okay, turn around. Place your hands behind your back. What are you doing? I'm filling up gas, Cal. You understand you're holding it like this, like it's a pistol, right? No, I was showing her to cut the pump on. Okay.
Rookie. Was he a greenhorn, y'all? Or did he, or was the guy, or like people always say in the comments, let us see the full video, because maybe he was doing something earlier. But right there, that's kind of a hard one right there, because you did roll up on him while he was at the pump. Guy didn't have nothing in his hand. So I can't really help you out on that one. What you guys think about that? What y'all got for me on that? Absolutely, right? All ignorance garbage. Okay, 27 more like, this is good stuff. Release the files. He needs more glasses. Training day. He should have been riding around with, you know who, Alonzo. Yeah, y'all, you ready to go to the office? Yeah, I'm ready. We going up. Bling, 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 bling. He needed to be riding around with Alonzo in order to stop being so green. You know what I'm talking about? Greenhorn. Keep on moving forward to Tennessee. Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Let me know. Come on, y'all. Y'all remember that song? We got a massive blills nest. Still ain't gonna get me at the end of the show. We got a massive blills nest at a military explosive plant. I know y'all like, what? At a plant that does boom boom in Tennessee. Leaves multiple people without their lives. Yes, I don't know if you heard about this, but you're going to hear it from us, and it's very important. So yes, we keep the show going for important things that happen.
Breaking news in what is truly an apocalyptic scene in Tennessee. Crews are responding to a powerful blast at a military explosives facility in the town of McEwen. Officials say that a number of people were killed in this, that others are missing. It's an explosion that shook homes miles away in the small rural community west of Nashville. Video from a man's doorbell camera captured the moment that it happened.
Miles away.
Officials are set to give an update on the situation here shortly, but in the meantime, let's bring in CNN's Ryan Young. Ryan, what do we know?
Yeah, you know, this is about an hour outside of Nashville. This happened around 7:48, as you saw in that camera that we just saw from the Ring doorbell. But this blast was immense. When you look at the video from above, you can see just barely anything left. When I called the EMS to talk to them about this, they were telling us that crews initially couldn't even had to stand back to respond because there were secondary explosions. You just look at the rubble there, the cars that have been twisted and pretty much blown apart, some still on fire. This explosion rocked the area. Just hearing from people saying they felt the blast from more than a couple miles away, you understand just the ferocity of this explosion. But when you look at it, you just see how devastating it is. We have confirmed from the sheriff that there are multiple fatalities. No count given just yet, as they're trying to make sure not only is everyone accounted for, but they have to make those painful phone calls to family members who obviously know that their loved ones went to work today and then had this explosion happen. Both Hickman and Humphreys counties are working on this. We know the ATF and bomb arson units from the TBI are there as well.
Terrible, tragic event, you guys. And yeah, I told you, we had a lot of stuff to go through on this show today. Don't think it's over, because we are not over. It's a lot of important stuff, and then you guys are not seeing this anywhere else. So I do ask you to please get those likes up. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and please become a member, and give me all the money in your pockets. But first, we have to say a prayer for every single person who lost their lives in this tragic event. We want to hope that a lot of people wound up at a different location and did not lose their lives from those tolls that have been accounted. We ask Lord to continue to try to continue to watch over us and keep on keeping us safe. We ask him this today in Jesus' name, amen. So sorry that all of those people lost their lives like that in that tragic event. That was terrible right there. Who we got up in the building showing some love right now? Thank you so much for the Mad Hatter. Thank you, Bugatti NYC, for doing this every day of the week. Your effort is truly appreciated. Thank you for noticing, Hatter. I really appreciate you. Claudia, thank you for becoming a member, Claudia. Thank you so much. It makes me feel like that my work is actually appreciated. So I really appreciate that, Claudia. Thank you guys so much. And guess what? It still ain't over. It was too much. I said, should I stop now? No. Ain't gonna stop. No. I gotta get We're gonna watch this one together though. We got this cub that falls into the water and he asks his mom for a little bit of help. Y'all know we love the animals. What kind of animals do you guys love? Do you like, oh no. It's not time for that yet. We got some craziness going on in South Carolina. We got a former mayor pastor in South Carolina that's been arrested after a hospital room incident with vulnerable patient. Gotta let this be said first.
Again in Greenwood County tonight at 6 o'clock, we're learning more details after a former mayor of Calhoun Falls was arrested at a hospital. He's being charged with third-degree criminal sexual conduct.
Investigators say the incident involved a vulnerable patient. Our Maya Payton has been looking deeper into this, and she joins us from the newsroom with more. Maya, you also spoke with officials from the hospital?
Yes, Nigel and Sydney, I've learned a whole lot more. The former mayor, Johnny Waller, is also known as a pastor, and investigators say he often visits the hospital and is visiting patients under that pastoral role. Here's what we know right now. Let's take a look at what led to Waller's criminal sexual conduct charge. The Greenwood Police Department says on September 27th, a hospital staff member reported witnessing a situation involving Waller in a patient's room. Officials say the patient has been under the medical care at Self Regional since early 2025 and has been, quote, deemed to lack decision-making capacity by multiple physicians. Well, they tell us after reviewing surveillance footage and collecting statements from the hospital staff, a warrant was issued for Waller's arrest, and he is no longer allowed on Self Regional healthcare properties. WYFF reached out to Self Regional Hospital and asked for the hospital's policies for pastors who visit patients. They told me, quote, we do not have a separate policy specific to clergy or faith members. They are subject to our general visitation policy. I also asked if there are current safeguards in place to ensure.
Jesus Christ. He needs to go straight to HELL hockey sticks, trying to use the Lord's name to do nastiness and demonic crazy stuff like that. Oh boy, let's get on over to this polar bear, because boy do we need some calmness and some peace in our day right now. Let's get it. Let's go. This shows you that a kid's gonna be a kid, and the mother, she's just letting her baby play. So, but he falls in the water and he can't swim. What I love about this is, not only does she go in there to save him, but it seems to me like she uses it as a teachable moment. She don't even save him all the way. She just gets there and basically lets him know that she's there just in case he needs her. Watch this, y'all. Pay attention. She's gonna help him a little bit. She's gonna make that baby climb out that water herself. It's cute how he's rolling around. He's eating ice or something. I don't know what he's eating. Look, it's so cute that she's passing by playing with him as he's playing. This is a really cute scene right here to me. Look, Disney moment. And you see he's playing by the edge, and bloop. Do you notice she's not touching him? She's just there. Oh no, you ain't going in there without me. I ain't gonna be out here playing no more without my mama right now. I'm going in if you're going in too. It was just so self-explanatory. Animals. Come on, y'all. Come on, tell me the truth. Don't y'all just love him? He's all rolling all around. Whoop, goes in the water. And then mom comes up and teaches him a teachable moment. Instead of her just, oh, my baby, let me get him out of there. Because what is he going to do if he does fall in that water by himself and she's not around? Teachable moment. Learn. That's how you raise your kids. Even an animal know how to raise their kids better than some people, y'all. Double tap that screen to get those likes up to let your boy know you appreciate the content that you're getting right now. And guess what? We got this crazy situation in Miami. Y'all like, it's not over? No, it ain't over. It's Saturday. We're supposed to be doing extended content on days like this. Video shows a coyote in the backyard. I didn't know that coyotes eat iguana. I felt bad for this iguana too, y'all. Because this coyote took him a while. And the iguana was doing this, trying to twerk, right? The iguana was trying to twerk. And that coyote said, no, not interested in your rump shaker move. But you know what? I am hungry, and it is breakfast time. So let's go. I can't believe this craziness right here. Video shows a coyote and an iguana. Check this out, y'all.
Top at 5:30, it is one of those only in South Florida stories, a life or death battle between a coyote and an iguana. Good evening, I'm Jim Barry.
And I'm Lauren Pastrana. Naja Sherman is out on assignment tonight. Now, that video captures the upside of having a coyote near your home.
Yeah, but tonight the Hollywood Hills neighborhood is on edge after several coyote sightings. CBC's Money Ted Scout News live in Hollywood Hills. And Ted, lots of concern tonight from these residents, right?
Yeah, people certainly were surprised when they saw a coyote strutting up and down the street in the middle of the road and on the sidewalk. People are concerned about run-ins with coyotes. We spoke to a wildlife expert today who talks about and kind of maps out what you should do if you have a close encounter. An epic battle in
Florida never fails. Whoever said that in the comment, I can have a whole show just Florida. You kidding me?
Iguana fighting for its life against a predator coyote. This video is from Pompano Beach. The coyote wins, trotting off with the invasive iguana in its mouth.
It's essentially exactly what they should be doing. They're not only helping the ecosystem remove them, but they're also kind of letting the iguana populations know that that's a possibility.
Florida wildlife officials say coyotes are in all 67 counties. That includes urban areas like South Florida.
Saw it walking across the street. It was on the other side of the street, and it was just bopping.
Mark McKenzie lives in the Hollywood Hills neighborhood. The latest sighting was this morning at 50th and Garfield.
We've been here about 20 years, and I've never seen anything like this before.
This video shows a coyote in the same neighborhood walking in the middle of the street. It has people on edge.
I mean, it's concerning because a lot of us have small animals, small pets, whether it be dogs or cats. Some have very small children.
With smaller pets, there is a good chance that if they're left unattended, a coyote will predate on them because it's very natural behavior.
Camila Polito is with the South Florida Wildlife Center. She says pets and small children should stay close by when outside. FWC tells us coyotes are normally shy, staying away from humans.
All right, y'all. What y'all think about that? Wile E. Coyote doing his job. Don't get mad at Wile E. Coyote. And you know what I always say? That coyote is not on your property. You're on that coyote's property. This land is your land. This land is my land. From the Californias to the New York. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? It's the animals' land too, not just ours. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? And if y'all trying to make some money, 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 hit that link in the description so that you can make up to $550 on those surveys. You'll make some money and I'll make some money too. Also, you have not already subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? If you're not already a member of the show, what are you waiting for? Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that post notification bell down there to make sure you know when we're on. Also, if you guys trying to promote your business, maybe you're a lawn doctor, you might be a mobile detailer, I don't know what you do, but we want to help you promote your business. How? We want you to send your promos over to us and we're going to put them up in the post notification area, and almost up to 60,000 people are going to be able to see your promo. All you got to do is send it over to bridgethisllc@gmail.com. That's bridgethisllc@gmail.com. Make sure it's in a 1080 by 1080 size scale, and I will make sure that it goes up and everybody on YouTube is going to be able to see your promo. And guess what we got going on today? That's right, from 4 to 7, 815 Hutchinson River Boulevard. You guys know what we're doing. The Show Your Talent search. That's where your boy BOOGOTTINYC, DJ Don Dada, we show up to the location and we want to see your talent. I don't care if you cook, if you do backflips, I don't care if you dance, just sing. To us, it's all talent. And you got a chance, boom, of making $250 today at the Hutchinson River Superstore from 4 to 7. That's right, you guys, 815 Hutchinson River Boulevard in the Bronx. I'm going to be there. That's right, because I'm the host. That's right, I'm the hostess with the mostest. Sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. And yes, the DJ of the day will be DJ Don Dada of Black Ink Crew. Y'all already know what it is. Come through, have a good time at the tasting. Maybe you guys want to show your talent and try to get a chance at making $250. All you got to do, go to the website right now, www.drinkbigdrip.com. Go to the first page, join the mailing list, and that's it. You already know it. That's it. You already signed up. You're going to keep on getting notifications of where we're going to be at and where you need to pull up at. Casey, my brother, hope you can make it through today. Everybody here in the chat, if you guys definitely have a chance to come through, if you're in the New York area, in the 5 boroughs, I want to see you. I'm going to be there. We're going to be going live for the people that are not going to be able to see it. But guess what? We're still going to have full coverage. So guess what, you guys? It's today. No longer, no wait. What we predicted, what we strive for, and what we work for, it's a reality. The Show Your Talent show is today from 4 to 7 p.m. And you probably going to be able to make $250. $250 would be pretty good, right? Pretty extra, nice little extra to put on top of that rent money, huh? What y'all think about that? And that's what we're doing today, you guys. 815 Hutchinson River Boulevard. I'm about to get ready. I got to get it on. I got to get over there, set up the tables, everything. Donna going to pull up. We going to have drinks on deck. 21 and older. Make sure you guys come through to the Show Your Talent search. That's right, you guys. We going to have a good time. And like I said, for whoever's not going to be available, we're going to be doing it live because we control the music this time. That's right, y'all. And y'all know what we're talking about, right? Everybody here, let's get our prayers on. Who we got up in the building? We want to pray for Casey and Liberty. We want to pray for Liberty and Casey. We want to pray for Motherfunkin' Bone, Mark Dorfman, Diggity Diggs. Also, Rhonda's in the building. Allegedly, how you doing, allegedly? Also, Batty Lynn. Want to pray for the sister. And also, you know how we always do, we got to take care of our sister, Rebecca Lanyan Bueno, chiming in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. We got Mr. Swanza. We got Jason Words. We got Allegedly. And that's right, you guys. Wait a minute. I see one more person. We got Darth Call. Everybody up in here today wants you guys to have a fantastic and safe day. Amen. Amen. And with that being said, I got to get to work. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy BOOGOTTINYC. And until tomorrow, Purple Sunday, y'all. Purple Sunday, y'all. We're going to get it on tomorrow. It's Purple Sunday tomorrow. That's what I'm saying. You guys have a fantastic day. Be safe until tomorrow. Drink your water. Remember, problems present opportunities and never let the problems win. So until tomorrow, if you're not going to be at the Show Your Talent search, I'll see you on Purple Sunday. Y'all know what it is. Y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. See you guys. Get 'em. Peace.